Welcome to the Bearcat Beat on LSPN, where each week we share conversations about everything that makes Sherman ISD athletics so great. I'm your host, Chris Daly. Sherman Bearcat Athletics represent the heart and soul of our community, where champions are made both on the field and in the classroom. Our student athletes embody the Bearcat spirit through dedication, perseverance, and excellence, creating memories and building character that will last a lifetime. Remember, it's better to be a Bearcat. All right, everybody, welcome to the Bearcat Beat. I'm your host, Chris Daly, and I am joined today by the head volleyball coach, Jessica Dunlap. Welcome, Coach.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, ready to get the school year started.
Oh, and it starts right off with volleyball, right? There's no delay.
No, none at all. We're a week and a half into the season now.
Wow, that's crazy. And for people who don't know you and don't know the program, because this is going to go out to a lot more people than who sits in the stands, give us a little background about you and how you ended up here coaching volleyball.
I started in Sherman in 2017. A family member was the head coach at the time, and she had an assistant spot come open. So I made the move from teaching in Oklahoma to coaching volleyball and girls soccer here at Sherman. And I was the assistant for 7 years. I coached freshman and JV both. And then last year, we had a head opening position open up. I applied for it and I got it. So I got to move into that head coach role. And this is my second year into that head coaching role here.
Nice. So not enough time to be making completely your own schedule yet. You're inheriting some schedule.
Well, this year I did get to make my own schedule. Last year I did inherit it, but this year I did get to make the whole thing myself, which was nice.
Nice. Well, talk to me about the scheduling, your philosophy. Some coaches will be like, yeah, I want to play the toughest competition possible. I want my girls battle tested. Others like, no, I need my girls to have some victories. I need some wins. How do you stack up there?
I think I want a good mixture of both. Okay. I want tournament play to be difficult. My preseason games, I did try to strategically schedule teams that were the same size, if not bigger than me, but where we could evenly match up in competition. We're in one of the hardest districts in the state of Texas for volleyball in 5A. So I can't make my preseason too easy because, man, when we get hit into district, we're hitting Lovejoys and McKinney Norths and, Prosper Walnut Grove. So I make sure that, when I schedule tournaments that I get into like the big tournaments like Duncanville. And so I get some of those better, bigger schools. So I kind of have a mixture of both.
Nice. Yeah, I've been doing this for a couple decades, and every coach every season says we have the toughest district, but I'm here to say you have a tough district. I have looked. It is tough.
Yes, sir. It is real tough.
So talk to me about what you have returning as far as athletes from last year's team.
I graduated 5 last year. I have 10 seniors this year.
Wow.
5 of those seniors touched the court quite a bit. So I've got some girls that are returning that are going to make a huge impact on the program. I have one girl that, first game of the season last year, tore ACL in warm-ups. So she didn't even get to, really see any of her potential last year. So I'm excited to see her on the varsity court this year and hopefully staying healthy.
Nice. If you could call out the names of some of those kids that are going to have to step up to play some big roles.
Jada Washington's my starting outside hitter. She has had a phenomenal 4 years on varsity. She's a super strong hitter. She's a good blocker. She's quick. And when I say she's strong, I mean she's a state powerlifter strong.
Oh, wow.
She is dominating for sure. Um, I have Shepherd Martin. She's my starting middle. She is a huge block and she moves very quickly across that front row and she doesn't let a lot go by without getting a touch on it. I stole Maddie Whitmire back from softball. She's a college commit for softball that didn't play last year because she was focusing on that. So she's going to be my starting setter. She's a heck of an athlete, and she has the leadership to run those hitters and do pretty much whatever she wants them to do, and she's extremely capable of doing it. Mary Claire Foley. She's super versatile on the front row and the back row. She's going to probably play all the way around for me. She serves lights out and she's a hitting threat everywhere she goes.
Nice, nice. And you mentioned grabbing a softball girl.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about your philosophy when it comes to multi-sport athletes versus athletes who focus on club sports and are focused on only theirs. Give me your feedback here.
Multi-sport athletes are the way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it prevents injuries.
Yep.
It prevents fatigue. It helps build team camaraderie. You're not around the same people all the time. You get to be in different programs. You get to learn other kids, other coaches, other ways of being a leader other than just what you're comfortable in. I was a multi-sport athlete growing up, and I preach in my program. Freshman, sophomore year, you have to be a multi-sport athlete. You have to do something else, even if it's just powerlifting or track. You have to do something else. I don't want you to just sit in volleyball. You can still do your off season, but I fully believe that's what colleges look for.
Yep.
And that's what colleges want to see. And I just think it makes you a better overall rounded athlete.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And talk about the importance of something like what we're doing, because this is branding for the program, but it's also branding for the kids, and it's sharing the stories of the student athletes. Talk about why that is so important for other people to hear about your program.
Yeah. So, we haven't had the most success in the volleyball program in the last probably 5 or 6 years. So a lot of people just kind of overlook us, and we have some really great kids. We have some great athletes. We have even better student athletes. My girls are super smart, and they deserve to be put out there as much as possible. When I was told we were doing this podcast, I was like, yeah, let's go. I was nervous that I was the first one that got to do it, but my girls need to be out there. They need to be recognized because they are phenomenal people. They're phenomenal athletes and they're phenomenal students.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it will put more butts in seats because as the buzz gets going and people get excited, they're like, yeah, I want to go check this out. So thank you for being here for sure.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the district. You mentioned how tough it is. You've got 4 teams with 28 plus wins. I mean, it's a serious district.
Yeah. It is. It's really tough. Lovejoy always, no matter what they have come through the program, they always seem to manage to find their way on top. Even if I feel watching them on film, oh man, they look a little down this year. They're a winning program. They just know how to win. They're really tough. McKinney North, they're always super, super tough competition. Adding Walnut Grove in last year, that was a whole little booger. We were hoping maybe, some of those girls would stay in Rock Hill and Prosper High, but unfortunately that didn't happen. So, we just had to adjust. Melissa was new into our district, and they're just always consistently tough competition. They also get a lot of girls moving in. So they were who got 4th place in our team, in our district. So those top 4 right there, I mean, they're tough. We are fighting hard, unfortunately, for, one of those spots to go to playoffs. I mean, McKinney North was 3rd in our district but got second place in Big 5A state champions. So like they've got all the way to the top, being third place in our district. But I will say splitting in playoffs. So if we did make playoffs, making that split, I think would be beneficial to us.
Yeah, definitely. And what do you think it'll take for this team? Because you're last year we're pretty close to a 500 team, so you're not too far away from being a playoff team. What will it take to make that jump?
We need to sneak in some games that we're not supposed to win in district. There's this team is totally different than my team last year. Just the overall vibe of my team is different. These girls, they are goofy, they are fun, they want to have a good time. And so I'm a firm believer that we're going to have a really good time, and we're going to sneak in some games that we're supposed to sneak in district. And that could put us in that really good spot to make playoffs.
I love that. I love that. And for people who see Sherman volleyball on the schedule, what is it in their mind they think of when they see you? Is it serving? Is it digging? Is it blocking? What is your strength?
Personally, I think our strength is serving for sure. I harp serving. If there is one thing in volleyball that there are zero things that affect it except for what you're doing, it's serving. There's nothing else. There's nothing else that's going to cause you to serve it, out or in the net. It's all you. So if we can perfect that, and sometimes serves are the hardest thing in the game. But we really stepped it up on defense too. My goal is to be that team that we might not get a swing on everything, but we're not going to let anything touch the floor. And we're going to be the nuisance that's going to make you put the ball down and find a way.
I love that. I love that. Well, Coach Dunlap, I want to thank you so much for sharing some of your inspiration, and best of luck this season, this week. I'm sure we'll be talking more this season, but best of luck. Thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
I want to thank you for listening to the Bearcat Beat. Each week throughout the school year, you will hear all sorts of great information about all the athletic programs at Sherman ISD. Please do us a favor, like, share, comment, do whatever you can to help us reach more Bearcat fans.
Hey Coach, Lone Star Gridiron has been the leader in Coach's Show podcasts for 20 years, and now you can get your own Coach's Show podcast each week during the season as a fundraiser for your booster club. Yes, booster clubs all over are using these podcasts to help their sports programs. You get to share the stories of your program and your kids to a huge audience and make money. We started with just football, but this year have expanded to make them available for all sports. Call 713-269-4620 to find out the details and get your Coach's Show started.